Let us solve exercise numericals given in 11th standard textbook. Chapter Electrostatics. Exercise given numerical problem is a metallic sphere A isolated from ground is charged to plus 50 microcoulomb. This sphere is brought in contact with other isolated metallic sphere B of half the radius of sphere A. The charge on the two sphere will be now in the ratio. And we have given four options, out of which one is correct, and we have to choose that correct option. We have given a metallic sphere A which have radius capital R, and another metallic sphere B which have radius R by 2. Okay. Initially the sphere having a charge 50 microcoulomb, A sphere having charge 50 microcoulomb, and B sphere initially a neutral which is isolated, and this B sphere is brought in contact with sphere A. Okay. In that case, that 50 microcoulomb charge, or out of that 50 microcoulomb charge, some charge goes on sphere B. Okay. In that case, that 50 microcoulomb charge is distributed over a surface area of sphere A and surface area of sphere B. Now the total charge distributed on the surface, total surface area over which charge is distributed is surface area of sphere A plus surface area of sphere B. So surface area of sphere A is 4 pi r square, and surface area of sphere B becomes 4 pi, its radius is r by 2, so r by 2 square, or which is equal to 4 pi r square plus this 4 pi, the square of bracket is r square by 4. This 4 get cancelled. This 4 pi r square plus this pi r square, it becomes 5 times pi r square. This is surface area over which charge is distributed. In that case, surface charge density is sigma, which is equal to charge distributed divided by area. In that case, surface charge density, charge deposited, is 50 microcoulomb divided by area. Area is 5 pi r square, or which is equal to 10 divided by pi r square. This is surface charge density. From the equation of surface charge density, if we have surface charge density and area over which charge is distributed, then we calculate magnitude of charge, or this equation can be written as Q, which is equal to sigma into A. Q, charge on sphere A. Now call this as QA. We calculate charge on surface area of sphere A, which is equal to surface charge density multiplied by this A. A is area, or A, we can write area of sphere A, okay, or which is equal to sigma 10 divided by pi r square multiplied by area of sphere A is 4 pi r square, or which is equal to this pi r square get cancelled. 10 multiplied by 4 is 40 microcoulomb. Charge on that sphere A is 40 microcoulomb. Also, if total charge is 50 microcoulomb, out of which 40 microcoulomb is on sphere A, from this we get charge on sphere B. 50 minus 40. Total charge minus charge on sphere A, we get charge on sphere B, which is equal to 10 microcoulomb. And we have to calculate ratio of charge on both sphere, QA divided by QB, which is equal to 40 divided by 10, which is equal to 4 by 1. The ratio of charge on sphere A by sphere B, which is equal to 4:1. And the correct answer, option C, is 4:1. Now, next numerical is 4 charges of plus 6 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb each are placed at the corners of a square whose sides A are 3 centimeter each. Calculate the resultant force on each charge and shows in direction on a diagram drawn to scale. We have given 4 charges, each have magnitude plus 6 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb, and each charge is placed at the corners of a square whose sides, each side is 3 centimeter. And from this we have to calculate the resultant force on each charge. Resultant force on each charge. Now first calculate resultant force on this charge. Okay. At this point, this charge, this Q charge is acts horizontal force. This charge is in horizontal direction. Now call this as FH. It is in horizontal direction, so it is FH. And this charge acts force on this charge in vertical direction. Now call this as FV. These two forces, these two charges are at 3 centimeter, and these two charges are also at distance 3 centimeter. Therefore, magnitude of force FV or FH both are same. Distance is same. Magnitude of charges are also same. Therefore, magnitude of force is same, and this magnitude can be calculated as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q. This Q into Q, that means Q square divided by distance square is R square, or which is equal to this constant quantity have magnitude 9 into 10 raised to 9 multiplied by Q charge. This quantity square means 6 square is 36 into 10 raised to this minus 16 divided by R square. This R is given in centimeter. In meter it is 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, and its square is 9 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay. This 9 get cancelled, so it is equal to 36 into 10 raised to this 4 comes in numerator, so it will be 4. 9 plus 4 becomes 13 minus 16, it will be minus 3 Newton. FV and FH both have same magnitude. This 36 into 10 raised to minus 3 acts in horizontal direction. Also 36 into 10 raised to minus 3 acts in vertical direction. There are two forces originate from the same points and acting at different direction. So resultant of these two forces can be calculated as R, which is equal to under root this FH square plus FV square plus 2 times FV into cos of theta. Theta is angle between these two forces. Theta is 90 degree. So cos 90, which is equal to 0. Therefore, this term becomes equal to 0. Therefore, resultant force R, which is equal to under root this FH square plus FV square. FH and FV have same magnitude. So, it will be 36 square, or we can write this as FH square plus FH square. FH is equal to FV, or which is equal to square root of 2 times FH square, or which is equal to under root 2 into FH, or which is equal to under root 2 into FH is 36 into 10 raised to minus 3. This by using log table, this calculation can be written as 1.414 multiplied by 36 into 10 raised to minus 3. This calculation is done with the help of log table, and which comes out to be 50.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. Resultant of these two forces, which comes out to be 50, or resultant force, which is equal to 50.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. Here we get resultant of these two forces. Also, there is a charge Q which acts along the diagonal, or which is along the diagonal, which also exert a force on this Q charge which is along diagonal, and its magnitude this charge is at a distance. Now this distance can be calculated by using Pythagoras theorem, or this, suppose now call this as x side, or is square, hypotenuse square is equal to square of addition of these two sides, or which is equal to 9 plus 9, or which x is equal to, we get under root 80 centimeter. Okay. We have calculated distance. Therefore, the resultant force, the force on this diagonal is F, which is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q square divided by distance is this x square, or which is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into Q square is 36 into 10 raised to minus 16 divided by x square is, its square is 18. It is in centimeter. It's in meter square is 10 raised to minus 4, which is equal to 2. So it is equal to 18 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. Okay. This force is along the diagonal, and this resultant resultant of these two forces is also along the diagonal. So net force is the addition of these two forces, this F net or resultant force, which is equal to this resultant force of two forces plus force on the diagonal F. So it is equal to 50.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 plus this 18 into 10 raised to minus 3, or which is equal to 50 plus 18, 68.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton, F net, or which is equal to 6.89 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton.